I'm not trying to give you any genius tips. I don't think any of this is profound, but I'm gonna tell you something. When a lot of times when guys are new travelers, they are green to the things that we seasoned travelers understand. Welcome to Nomadically Speaking. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Dominican Republic. More importantly, we're going to be talking about Santo Domingo, which is the capital of Dominican Republic, one of my favorite locations. And I realize that a lot of you guys you're going out and you're traveling and you're going by yourself. And there are a lot of things you don't understand. So hopefully in this video, I'll give you enough information to make you a little bit more safer, a little bit more efficient on your trip. So let's get to it. So first and foremost, this is the tip number one is beware of taxi scams. I would advise you guys to stick with Ubers while you are in Santo Domingo, because, unfortunately, there are stereotypes in any culture. One of the stereotypes that Americans have is arrogance. And with arrogance, there comes this thing, this sense of, I got it, so I'll spend it as nothing. And when you run into that type of person, then there are ways that Americans get scammed that they don't even realize. And one of those being is in transportation. You end up paying, American prices for things that are, fourth the price in Dominican Republic. So you're trying to keep everything even. I would advise that you either go with recommended taxi drivers or stick with Uber, and you'll be safer and you'll be able to kind of maintain prices. Because what you don't realize, unless you're renting a vehicle, a very expensive price will be transportation in Santo Domingo. So again, beware of the taxi scams and just try to stick with Uber if you can. Let's get to number two. Speaking of network, speaking of knowing, speaking of arrogance, I would advise a lot of you guys to join, some Facebook travel groups, some WhatsApp groups. And within these circles, you'll get a chance to get information that you wouldn't get anywhere else. You got guys that'll tell you about places to go eat, places to stay. A lot of times guys are sharing Airbnbs and they're sharing with you where not to go. And I don't know if we realize how important it is to be aware of just even the simplest thing of a two block radius. Them things may change from this block to that block. So when you're going to Santo Domingo, before you get there, I would advise that you join some groups and make some friends, especially if you're a solo traveler. All right. Number three, I would say if you are new to Santo Domingo, you want to stay in tourist areas, Zona Colonial, and within a few miles, north, south, east, or west of Zona Colonial. But do your research, make sure that you are in tourist friendly areas and stick to it. Don't try to venture out and be adventurous and find yourself in the hoods and barrios. Don't play around. You got to understand, you on vacation, everybody else is not, and you'll become a target if you come out there with the arrogance and come out there with that American energy. So I would say stick to the tourist areas and have a good time. Keep it simple. Again, Dominicans are nationalists. Dominicans are family first type of people. Make sure you watch your energy while you're there. Number four, you want to make sure you learn some basic Spanish. This can help you a long way. I tell guys, treat this like this. If you didn't have your phone, would you be able to get from the airport to your hotel? So you need to learn enough Spanish to be able to get and navigate from the airport steps all the way to your Airbnb. So learn some basic Spanish. All right, number five, and this, I just threw this in here because to me it's important. If you're going to go to Santo Domingo, make sure you stop by and you check out Zona Colonial. I'm going to put the name in the video somewhere so you can look it up. If you want to understand the culture of Dominican Republic and how they party and how they love and how they treat one another and how they, dance and all of the beauty of that culture, Zona Colonial has it all. I've been in the middle of the streets with a few drinks, a few beers, just dancing and vibing out with Dominicans. And, all you see is people, for a mile out. And I forgot what they call it, but there are certain times of the days during the weekend where they just play music and everybody's having drinks and having a good time. So many restaurants in Zona Colonial. They even have Airbnbs there, but it's the older part of the city, and it's got a lot of culture and a lot of history. So make sure you check it out. You got to. If you're going to Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo to be specific, and you don't go to Zona Colonial, I don't even know why you're going. That just makes no sense. So don't let me down. Make sure you check it out. Number 6. A lot of people don't know this because when you see videos, when you see pictures, you see water in Santo Domingo. Now, Santo Domingo does border the coast, but there are no beaches in Santo Domingo. I want to say that. Guys coming out, they got your bathing suit, you got your all of this stuff set up. Understand there are no beaches in Santo Domingo. Now, the beach that I would recommend, one of the closest beaches, is Boca Chica. Check it out. Real small town, about 35 minutes from the center of Santo Domingo. Cool people, real relaxed. That's going to be your beach area. Make sure you check it out. Number 7, do not exchange your money at the airport. This tip alone will save you some money. I don't have to go into specifics. I would just tell you and advise you, do not exchange your money in the airport. Keeping it simple. Number 8, remember that Dominicans are nationalists. They are family-oriented people. They take care of one another. So Americans come with a lot of arrogance, and a lot of times when you hear stories of people finding themselves in peculiar situations, is because of the arrogance of Americans or the stigma of arrogance. So make sure that when you come there, that you remain calm, that you leave the arrogance home. You vacation to enjoy yourself. Do not bring that American arrogance with you, because it could really be a detriment to you on vacation. So anyway, I hope this was beneficial to you. I hope that you found it interesting. I hope that you found something helpful. What's funny is, before I get out of here, there is something that I would like to add. My first trip to Santo Domingo, like I mentioned that one of the tips was, be aware of taxi scams. There is also an Uber situation that I ran into, and I'll share with you, probably an isolated situation, so I don't think you should freak out. But one time I went to Dominican Republic, I was in Santo Domingo, and I was the Uber, and I see the cars, you see the cars on the app, but nobody would take the so I did a request again, and nobody was taking it. Then finally somebody took it, and the guy pulls up and he asked me, does I have cash? He said, amigo, something about cash. I said, no, I don't have cash. Now, I had cash, but obviously I'm not telling this guy. I don't know what's going on. So I found out after doing this a few times, one guy finally pulled up, and I found out that these guys would have cash and you give them pay with your credit card. Now, why, I don't really necessarily know, but just be aware that you may get an Uber request and the guy's asking you for cash. Anybody that may know more information on this, please, comment and inform me. I couldn't quite put it together. My only guess is that, the splits as far as when Uber pays them may be the problem. Maybe these guys are trying to get gas, or maybe they just want to keep in pocket the money. But I'm not at liberty to say which I just noticed it. Overall, I'm not trying to give you any genius tips. I don't think that any of this is profound, but I'm gonna tell you something. When a lot of times when guys are new travelers, they are green to the things that we seasoned travelers understand. You gotta make sure you are in travel groups. Keep the arrogance at home. Stay away from the hood. Stay in tourist areas. Make sure that you actually enjoy your vacation. Do the research on the area that you're gonna be in. At bare minimum, you should do that. And a bonus things I'll discuss is make sure you keep cash on you, not an exuberant amount of cash. And when you're in your Airbnb or wherever you stand, make sure you have a safe or a way to hide money so that you never find yourself in a situation where somebody's able to get access to it. So, just be cognitive of that. Don't walk around with a lot of money on you. Be careful with your drinks. I've already had videos about guys and drinks, so I don't have to go and expound on that. But anyway, hopefully this video was helpful for you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.